Hello everyone and welcome to Mystery Monday live on Facebook, and hi if you're watching the replay here or on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I hope everyone is well. My name is Lucia Byzantine and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. Do let me know if you're watching because I'd love to say hi. Just had a few, excuse my squeaky chair, I just had a few, one thing to tell you about is Sale-a-bration is still on. So what I am going to promote tonight are two of the freebies in Sale-a-bration. So I am going to be using the Bedazzling specialty papers. Hey Lisa, how are you? And I am also going to be using the Beautifully Penned Designer Series paper too. Oh, hi Sue. It would be freezing. It was cold here today, so I can imagine. I'm originally from Hobart, so I know exactly how cold it gets down there. If there's snow on that mountain, it's definitely cold, that's for sure. So Sale-a-bration is a great time to purchase products during Sale-a-bration, which continues on till the 30th of September. If you spend $90, you do actually get some free product out of this catalogue. If you don't have the catalogue, you can view it online at my site, or I can send you a brochure as well, is the other thing. Hi Joan, hope you're well. I was just telling the ladies that we're just going to concentrate on a couple of the things in the Sale-a-bration brochure tonight, some of the free products actually. So I was just explaining that if you spend $90 you will actually receive free product from in the catalogue. So they're the two I'm concentrating on, but like I said, there are heaps of others as well, because there are these beautiful penguins, penguin playmates. I did go through them a little bit last week. Feels Like Home is another stamp set. There are some more designer series papers here, which are peaceful prints, beautiful Christmas ones. There is Counting Sheep and the sheep dies that go with them. This one I have seen used and looks gorgeous, textures and frames. And this one here actually coordinates with one of the stamp sets in the catalogue called Shaded Summer Stamp Set. And you'll find that a lot of the things in here do coordinate back as well. Now this one here is what I did want to do tonight, but I only received it today. So that's the Delicate Dahlias there. So I will use that next week because this is just gorgeous. I've seen this used loads of times and it just looks beautiful. It's a distinctive stamp set as well. The only difference with this one and some of the other products in the Sale-a-bration catalogue is you do have to spend $180 to receive this one. So this one is double the amount of the others. But I'm thinking it would be well worth it because it looks like there's some gorgeous things that you can do with it. The other thing is if you host a workshop and you get $500 worth of sales in your workshop, you do actually receive another free stamp set as well. So that would be on top of whatever the $90 you spend is as well. And if you join during Sale-a-bration, there are some freebies as well. So when you join Stampin' Up, it is $169 for the starter kit. And you can choose anything in that starter kit, absolutely anything at all that's current at the moment in the catalogues. So you actually get to choose $235 worth of product. But during Sale-a-bration, you actually get to choose for free any of the bundles that are in the new mini. So there's 12 bundles there that you can choose from. So there's some beautiful bundles because there's a few there that I've got, the Whimsical Trees, and I have just bought the Nature's Harvest as well. I've seen the leaves used and they're gorgeous. So that's another great opportunity for joining as well. But you will also get, if you do join, you're getting the 25% discount all the time. You're joining an absolutely wonderful community of crafting people. Usually we get opportunities to go to conventions and things. At the moment they are online, but we still get to attend them, which is great. So lots of benefits. So this is what we're doing tonight. So I did put some measurements in the post beforehand as well. It is just a simple little card as usual, but it will be lovely. So we're just starting off with our card base, which is basic black, which is 21 centimetres by 14.85, and I've scored it at the 10.5. Then I am using just some basic white, that's to go on the inside of our card, so that's 14.35 by 10, just so that you've got somewhere to write. So this is some of the beautifully penned designer series paper. So I have got one mount, and the mount measures, let me see, 13.85 by 9.5, and then in one of the coordinating papers, so a different designer series papers, I've got a strip that's 1.5 by 12 centimetres. Then I have used only a tiny bit of the Bedazzling, which is 1 centimetre by 12 centimetres as well. So the Bedazzling paper is just gorgeous. So I will open it up for you just so that you can see. But it might be really plingy on camera, but it is so super shiny. But we can colour it as well, which is the great thing. So I will show you on a small piece how we can colour it. One technique of colouring it at least, but there, I'm sure there are lots of others, but I'll tell you about some of the others as well. So the designer series paper, those three on one side, and then they're a lot whiter on the other side. So I think it's still the 12 sheets, but you're getting 4 of each. 3 4s are 12. 3 4s are, yeah, so that's, so you're actually getting more sheets, but you are only getting half the amount, so you're getting 4 sheets of each of these. Okay, so other thing I will be using, no, I'm not using, the thing that it actually coordinates with though is the hand penned. So you've got the hand penned stamp set there, and you've actually got the penned flowers dies as well. So in some of the other cards I've made, I have used the stamp set and the dies, but not on this card that we're making at the moment. And this you could actually make with any designer series papers that you've got at home as well, because it is a nice simple little card to make up. The other thing I've done is fussy cut some of the designer series paper. So that was that sheet there. So I've actually gone through and cut them out and just coloured some of them in. I've left one there to colour in with you just to show you how I've done that also. So like I said, it will be nice and easy. So what I'm going to start off with is I will show you how I am going to colour the bedazzled paper. I have got some blends here, and the blends is what I've used to colour the bits I've cut out. But what I'm going to use instead of the blends is the Stampin'Up marker. The reason why I'm not using the blends is because the blends will actually colour the silver as well and make it completely, I can actually show you. So this is Bermuda Bay that I'm using, and I'll just use it on the end that I won't be, just so that you can have a little bit of a comparison when I do colour it in with the Stampin'Up marker. So the Stampin'Up marker, and I'm just going to, it's even really dazzling in my face as well. So I'm just going to literally just colour it in. I'll come up to that end there so that you can see. So what I can do now is just with a cloth, is I can come along and wipe a lot of that colour off the little silver discs that are in that paper. When I get to that end bit I can't. So if I bring that up close, can you see how this end is quite a bit darker? Which is still fine, but here I'm just getting a lot more of the silver coming through. But in saying that, the other end still sparkles as well. So you're still going to get the sparkle. The blends will make it that little bit darker. But like I said, the Stamp-Right marker just means that you can wipe it off. So that's that little bit there. Now this one here, I'm actually going to colour and just do it with my blending brush. So even though the papers are black and white, we can add some colour. So the blending brushes are in the main catalogue, and you do get 3 of those, and they are $21, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, yeah, I will have to check that because I actually haven't written that down. I think it's $21 for the 3 anyway. So what I do is I'm just going to go in a circular motion on my ink pad, directly onto my pad, but I am just going to tap it off before I start colouring here. And again, just in a circular motion. Now, because it's a little strip, it will bend up a little bit. And I'm not even going too heavy-handed. Firstly, if I go too heavy-handed, I'm scared I will screw it up completely anyway. As in the paper, I will screw up because it won't look any good either. And I don't want it too dark anyway, but you can keep on going until you get it to the depth of colour that you want as well. I'll just give it a little bit more. Okay, so that's just going to give it a little bit of something then as well. And we'll just check with brushes for you too. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they were $21 for the 3. And of course, when I want to find them, I can't, can I? Here we go. $21 and you do get the 3. That was correct. So now with my little flower, I've done it quite simply. So you can just see with these ones as well. I haven't even worried about going all the way to the edges. I have left a little bit of white there, and I'm not too worried about that. That just gives it a little bit more just looks a little bit nice, not nicer. It just gives it a different look to the colouring it all in. I did try earlier colouring them all in, and it just looks a little bit funny when I do it that way. So just put a little bit of this in the centre, and then I've just done those little dark lines, but then come back and just blended it ever so slightly as well. And so that's the effect that you get there, which is quite pretty. And like I said, I've just hand cut around all that as well. So here we go. I've got my little piece here, and what I'm going to do with this now is I'm just going to put this on an angle and then put that above it. And Might even make that a little bit narrower, cover it up a little bit. Okay, so we'll just use our glue. Now I know I did bend this a little bit as I was colouring it, but once it's glued down, that'll be fine. And I sort of want this to be about a third of the way up, I think. Sorry, a third of the way down, not up. I know it's a little bit longer, but I'll turn it over and I will chop that off when we're done. Again, just using the multi-purpose liquid glue behind them. And just gluing that one on top. And like I said, what I'll do now is just turn that over. Just trim those ends off. So that's the effect you get there then. So what I'll do now is just burnish that card. You get a nice firm crease on it. Sorry, I'm just going to wipe some of that glue off so that my card doesn't stick to it. That's better. Okay, so just a little bit of glue behind that as well. And like I said, both sides of these papers are gorgeous, and you can, with the blending brush again, colour even that side would look lovely with a colour on it. The other thing you can do is actually spritz colour onto it as well. Which looks quite nice. So if you're using the isopropyl and your re-inkers, and just mix them, you know, probably 6 or 7 drops of the re-inker, and pop them into, I can show you, into one of our spritzers here. And this one, I think I even have Bermuda Bay in this one as well, so I could have showed you with that also. Because it's got the isopropyl in it, it will dry. So once you've spritzed it, it will dry fairly quickly as well, which is another good thing too. So now we'll just pop on our little bits and pieces. So we might kind of go this kind of thing. And then if you wanted to, you could put a sentiment down the bottom as well. Oh, the other thing you could do too, just to give it a little bit more definition, is just with your bone folder, I'm just going to curl up the ends of those petals, just so it gives it a little bit of looks a little bit real then, without it being completely 2D. Okay, that just gives it a nicer look. I'm just going at the back here with those mini dimensionals. And just using my take a pick tool to get all those backs off. I'll put that one there. I hope everyone's been keeping busy. Many of you working at the moment from home, or just trying to keep busy doing things at home. Been doing a combination of both. I've kind of been spent a fair bit of time reading actually, which has been lovely because I don't usually get time to read. And going out and doing some walks and things as well, which has been good. Getting out and about, and the sunshine on the weekend was lovely. So pop him there. Now the other thing that I had thought of using was some rhinestones as well. So I might just use 3, so I might just put them on the flowers that are facing up, I think. Yeah, I noticed on my walk as well there were lots of spring bulbs already out, and quite a few blossoms on trees, which is nice. It was just lovely, the weather being decent on the weekend. So what I'll also do is we'll just open that up and we'll pop our white on the inside. Now I believe Chazzy even had a lovely weekend too. It's nice once the weather starts fining up, although it's cold again now. So the other thing I did was I had just a little bit left over from the corner of the designer series paper when I was cutting it out, so I thought instead of throwing it in the bin, I did keep that little corner bit and thought, you know what, I can still colour that in and pop it on the inside of my card as well. So then we're just using all the little bits up that we can. Might even pop it in the bottom corner. Like I said, just try and use all the bits up that you can. So that's that little card there. And I did make one earlier today. Now I did use rich raspberry and then realised that the blends aren't available anymore. So you could do the same kind of thing in a blackberry bliss, which is a very similar colour. And the difference between these is this one I've actually coloured the designer series paper, whereas this one here I hadn't. Oh, the other thing I did, which I've forgotten to do, is just drawing my little line around it. So you can see the difference. This one I've just drawn, hand drawn, a little line, and this one I haven't, and that one just looks a little bit more defined with the line drawn around it. So we will go there again, I think. It does just give it that little extra something. Sorry if my head is on camera and my glasses, everything. I do right with my nose. I do find it hard doing from far away. I've done this a lot with the hand penned, even with the ones out of the main catalogue, drawing the line around it, because it just gives it that nice little bit of definition. So the other one I have done is this one here, again using the designer series paper. The stamp set I have used here is called Celebrate with Flowers, which is in our main catalogue on page 62, and that one's $31, but I just like it because I like the sentiment on that one. I just think it's a little bit different to the others that we have. I have stamped this with our stamp set and used the die to cut that out as well, and again just used a little bit of bling and some white ribbon and just the black behind the designer series paper, which would have actually looked nice if had I've used the, now that I'm looking at it, had I used the Rich Razzleberry at the back there too, because it would have brought the colour out in the flowers possibly a bit more. And then this one here, I have actually not sponge, but with my blends coloured the whole background. And again, use that little bit of black and just put the big square of the Bedazzled behind the dies as well, just to use it up. But that Bedazzled is just, it's just so sparkly, it's gorgeous. Love it, absolutely love it. They can really add a lot of bling to a card with that. And even these ones, like I said, there's not a lot on those, but just enough to be really sparkly. So again, I have my host code still going, so if anyone is to place an order, remember the $90, you get your free Sale-a-bration, which could be either the Bedazzling or the designer series paper, the beautifully pen that we've used. The other thing I'd like to do is to thank everyone so much for continuing to support me as well. I've just almost closed, well, I have closed my class now for September, because it's actually sold out. So I did sell 20 kits for that, so I do thank you all very much. It is very much appreciated. So that has kept me busy during lockdown, which has been wonderful, giving me something to do. So thank you all again. I hope you have enjoyed tonight. Stay safe and happy crafting. Thank you very much. Bye.